You're like one of the people that's closest to me in my life. I was about to say beside my family, but you're pretty much family at this point. Um, he comes over and we hang out and you know, um, it's good. Um, I love talking to you because you bring your whole heart into conversations. Um, and when he said that he regards me as a mentor, I really have to say that I regard him as much of my mentor as the other way around. So I'm I feel like I get more out of this relationship than you do in that way. Like you are actually schooling me for sure. And it's interesting to hear you talk about you coming of age and coming up through Flint, because in spite of like the glaring differences between, our ages, our races, our, background, we've got a lot of similarities. And so you talked about, at the turn of the millennial, and, I was born in 1967. And so like right during the fair housing, a bunch of stuff that was happening in Flint. And I'm from Flint, and my parents were Flint school teachers. And so I was brought up at a time when there was a type of color blindness, but it was very, very different. And, we talked about schools being integrated. I went to Walker School. I went to Flint Open School. My dad taught for the Flint Schools of Choice High School. But I always sensed that something was off, that something was wrong. And I just remember being a little girl and thinking to myself, that's not fair. Like looking around me, and so much so that um, I got kicked out of Nethercutt in the first grade because because I stuck my tongue out at a picture of President Nixon one day when we were supposed to say the Pledge of Allegiance. And I refused to say the Pledge of Allegiance, which I still don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. So it started, you know, way before the kneeling and all that kind of stuff. It just seemed wrong to me.